Hi there, my name is Brittany Lord and I'm the facilitator for the Remembering Our Babies therapy group. I hope this month finds you well and so excited to come in and bring this video and talk a little bit about some more things that may help on your healing journey. You're watching this video by no accident. You may have happened upon it, maybe a friend told you about it, maybe your provider told you about our group, but we're so glad that you're here. Thank you for logging in or tuning in. If you have a question or a comment, please feel free to drop it in our comments box right there with the video, and I'll be sure to try to get to that. Look us up on Facebook, Remembering Our Babies Therapy Group. Please let us know how we can be of assistance for you. Very important, just to give a quick caveat, these videos are meant to help come alongside and give some really good experiential, some practical ways of processing the different effects of grief. They are not meant to diagnose or treat mental health issues. So if you're having a mental or physical health emergency, please go ahead and stop the video and go to your nearest emergency medical facility. As I mentioned before, my name is Brittany Lord. I'm an LPC here in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I'm so excited. We're in our third year of coming alongside families in our area and with these videos on the internet and beyond, some ways to come alongside and help with the extreme effects of losing a child. So if you have struggled with miscarriage or infertility, or you have lost an infant, again, these videos, this group is for you, and you're definitely part of a group that you never wanted to be in. I've had my own journey. I usually will let, in a couple of videos during the year, I'll let people know about that. As a counselor, that's one of my specialties is grief, and especially the loss of a child because of my own story. Now, keep in mind that just because someone doesn't lose a child can't mean they can't come alongside someone in these. There's plenty of other counselors in the area, and if you have one, man, that's amazing that you're really working well with. So I've told people before, you don't have to have heart problems to be an effective cardiologist, but in this situation, this is such a special and difficult thing for a lot of people. I know when I was in school going for my master's degree, the loss of a child got a whole separate chapter in the grief and loss unit. So it's really, really, really hard. And if you've experienced it, you know that. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to be coming alongside with some different experiential ways to help you process the effects of grief. And I've got a new one for that today. But just like I usually do every single month, I like to highlight all the ways that our group can help you. So 3 ways, both with these, all 3 with different avenues for you to access some help from us. So the first one is every single year around October and November, our group has a fundraiser, and the location may vary, but you can log in for our videos, look at our Facebook posts, and we'll let you know of the location for that. And this is a way for us to come together to be able to share, to fellowship, and to see how families that may have been touched by this group are doing. There are food trucks, a raffle, tons of games and fun things for kids, as well as a walk and a candlelight vigil and time of just sharing and singing and praying together. It's really amazing. More information to come with that as we get closer to fall. Also with these videos, we're coming alongside with just experiential ways. Please watch for us every single month for a different video and a different way to process grief, all the emotional, spiritual, physical effects of grief. But as I mentioned before, I'm also an LPC, so we with this group offer individual counseling sessions, and the first few of those would be covered by the benefits that are raised from this group. So if you would like more information about that, please let me know. Drop a comment, go to the Facebook post, or search my name, Brittany Lord, and you'll find some information on my website there. So getting to what we wanted to talk about today is thinking about some different ways to help process maybe our grief experience. And I wanted to let you in on, especially this time of the year for me, one of the things that I've done for myself, and you can kind of take a look at it, make it your own. You don't have to do it just like I do. I make some of these things, maybe some art projects or different letters or just different activities. Take it and run with it. I do not have the corner on any of this, and I really enjoy hearing how my clients take the tools that I give them and run with them. So let us know what you come up with. But I give a little bit of my story, again, to show maybe how I've used this different technique. As I mentioned before, I've struggled in years past with infertility, miscarriage, and I lost my third child, Brock Lord, in 2013. And that's where our activity picks up today. So his birthday was 5/28/2013. He would be 12 this year. And his death date was 6/20/2013. So he lived for 23 days, and he was just a joy. And that's what I want to talk to you all about today. I have a book on my shelf that I've recommended to many clients, and it's a handbook about grief. And if you like more information about that, please let me know. But one of the great tools that it mentions is it's something that's kind of simplistic but really effective, is making a timeline for your loss experience. And I've recommended for my clients to do this because many times we get bogged down in the day-to-day of what we're dealing with, and sometimes we forget maybe some small details of some very important, significant things. But many times it's those small details and maybe some positive things that may show up during our process that we may be unaware of, and they get overshadowed by the difficult things. And as I say that, you're like, there's nothing positive about this, Brittany, get real. Like, I lost a child. So, and I get that. And many of those difficult things, they do get overshadowed. But I'm going to show you what I mean. There's little things that maybe we can highlight to help us to realize maybe some good things that came from our loss experience. I am not an artist, and I have some pretty rudimentary ways of doing things, so you probably have something fancier on your computer that you can do. That is awesome. I just usually show this so that people can see, hey, I don't have to be a graphic designer. I don't have to be an artist, and if she can do that, I can too. So this is my simple timeline that I made. Just, something as simple as some markers and pieces of paper can help you do this. So it's a timeline of Brock Lord's life. So it starts out when finding out, expecting Brock Lord, and ends with his death on 6/20/2013. So I'm not going to read all of this. It depends upon your timeline, what you like to include. But in the book that I have, it talks about maybe putting some positive things on the top and some more negative things on the bottom, potentially. You do it however works best for you. So on the top, finding out I was expecting Brock, and then Brock's birthday, 5/28/2013. So every year, my family and we host a birthday party and a balloon release. And I know I may get some comments about that. I know that that's really technically not great for our environment. So if there's something that is more speaks to you or more environmentally friendly that you want to recommend, please let us know. I'm sure other people would like to hear that as well. There's one simple word that I would put on here, and Brock's dad mentioned this in his when he addressed people at our funeral, addressed family and friends, is joy. The 23 days that Brock was in this world was a time of joy, and I put that right on the top. Of course, knowing that his time on earth was probably going to be short was very, very sad and to be honest, horrible. But the time that he got to spend with his brothers and his family was amazingly joyful. And I'm so thankful for the pictures and the wonderful interactions and just getting to know his little personality. This is all overshadowed by some of the most difficult time of my life and in the life of my family. But there was that joy. And every single time that I watch my other children play and have a great time and enjoy time with family and friends, there's joy, and I get to see that. And there's a thread of that sadness thinking about how much Brock would have loved being with his brothers and being with his family. But for the time he was here and for what he added to my life and to the life of those he came in contact with, it was joyful. And I can hang on to that. And even in the midst of all the difficulty, all the doctor's appointments, all the tears, all the funeral arrangements, these are things that nobody ever wants to be a part of. And if you've done this before, you know this, I would say, probably one of the most horrible things you've ever had to deal with. But getting to know my little boy was a joy. And when I put together this timeline, it's easy to, before I put together the timeline, it's easy to forget about that joy. If you put your timeline together of your miscarriage, of infertility, of a child losing a child, my guess is that you may find some of that joy, and you may find some other sources of that joy. Maybe you had a friend that really reached out to you, or a family member, and that just meant the world to you, and you were able to restart a relationship with someone else. Please hear me out. I'm never going to say it was a good thing to experience those things. They're very sad, period. End of story. But we can recognize that good things can come out of some very difficult things. I happen to be a Christian, and our group is a Christian group, and we know that God can bring good from very, very bad things. We're not glad that those things happened, but good can come from them. Many other spiritual schools of thought, many other religions, or just, even if someone doesn't ascribe to a particular faith, we can recognize that good can come out of difficult. Please pay attention to our, what we have to offer. Take advantage of that, and let us know how we can help serve you better. Let me know what you think about doing the timeline, and let's see about those little nuggets, maybe those little joyful moments that you might not have thought about or not thought about in a while, depending upon when your loss was. Thank you for tuning in today. Please do not walk this journey alone. Let us come alongside you. I hope this video again finds you well. Take care and see you soon. Bye-bye.